The locked classroom. When I was a sophomore in high school, I stayed late one evening to finish a history project. By the time I left the library, the hallways were nearly empty. The school felt completely different at night. Every footstep echoed. Every classroom was dark. As I walked toward the front entrance, I noticed a light on at the end of the hallway. Room 214. That was strange because room 214 had been locked and unused for years after a fire damaged part of it. I figured a teacher must be inside. As I got closer, I heard something. A chair scraping across the floor. Then another. And another. It sounded like a classroom full of students moving their desks. I stopped outside the door. The small window was covered with paper, so I couldn't see inside. I knocked. The sounds immediately stopped. Silence. I waited. Nothing. Then I heard a voice. Come in. It sounded like an elderly woman. I knew every teacher in the building, and none of them sounded like that. I tried the handle. Locked. A second later, the voice spoke again. Come in. This time it sounded closer, almost as if the speaker was standing directly on the other side of the door. My stomach tightened. I stepped away. As I did, something hit the door from inside. Bang. I jumped. Another loud impact followed. Bang. Then a third. The entire door rattled in its frame. I ran down the hallway. When I looked back, the light inside room 214 had gone out. The next day, I told the school janitor what happened. His face turned pale. He asked me what time it was. I told him around 8:30 p.m. He nodded slowly. Then he told me a story. 20 years earlier, a teacher had stayed late grading papers in room 214. According to reports, she never made it home. When staff arrived the next morning, they found the classroom empty. The teacher was gone. Her papers were still on her desk. Her purse was still in the room. But she was never found. A few months later, a fire broke out in the same classroom. The damage forced the school to seal it permanently. I thought the janitor was trying to scare me. Until a week later. I was staying late again when I passed the same hallway. Room 214 was dark. The door was still locked. But as I walked by, I heard the sound of desks scraping across the floor. Slowly. One after another. I kept walking. Then I heard a voice behind me. Soft. Clear. And only a few feet away. Why won't you come in? I turned around. The hallway was empty. The door to room 214 remained locked. But beneath it, a thin line of light appeared for a moment. And I could see several shadows moving across the floor inside. As if a classroom full of people were waiting in the dark. Watching the door.